Get Instagram going once we have both. All right, we're good to go. So good morning, PT on Ice Daily Show. This is the PT on Ice Daily Show. My name is Guillermo Contreras, physical therapist up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on staff as a TA for the Clinical Management of the Fitness Athlete Division, as well as MMOA, Modern Management of the Older Adult. If you or anyone you know is interested in jumping into either of the Essential Foundations, Advanced Concepts, or just to give some love to Christina, who's on Mondays with me, Pregnancy, Postpartum Athleticism. A couple cohorts coming up. Essential Foundations starting back up September 14th. Advanced has one coming up August 31st that's going to start up, Advanced Concepts. And then Pregnancy and Postpartum Athleticism is coming up September 14th as well. So a couple different cohorts you can jump into if you are interested in taking any of our fitness athlete division programs there or online programs there. So topic today I'm touching upon is the benefits of being a fitness pro as a health professional. So quick little background, before I got into PT school, before I went into physical therapy as a whole as a profession, I was a personal trainer from the time I was 20 years old until I graduated physical therapy school, and then I continued to personal train / coach today. Started as a just certified personal trainer through the NSCA and used that as an opportunity to learn a little bit more about fitness, and that was kind of my thing. I just really enjoyed doing those things, working with people one-on-one, and I just want to touch upon how it can benefit you to be a fitness professional or get into the realm of coaching, teaching, group exercise, fitness, anything like that, and how they can benefit any of us as health professionals in the physical therapy realm, especially if we want to continue to call ourselves movement experts for the health professions, right? So first and foremost, I think the most beneficial part of being a fitness professional as a health professional is communication. Communicating with people from different walks of life, from different understanding, from different experience levels, whether you are trying to gain muscle, lose weight, get just in better shape, everything like that. When you're speaking to those individuals, they come from different walks of life. Whether you're working at a local club where you are doing a group fitness and helping people just move a little bit more, or you are a personal trainer working one-on-one with individuals who just want to get fit and don't really understand what the process is, and they just want to be comfortable with it. It really helps you learn to communicate with people at a really good level. A lot of times when in PT, as we start to get early on in the profession, when we first start off, it gets very difficult for us to turn off that kind of physical therapy language or that medical jargon and go into those layman terms of understanding. Hey, I want you to squeeze here. I want you to feel this. Versus us throwing out, hey, one of Mitch Babcock's favorites, like engage the lats, really engage your lats there, right? Communicating and helping understand or helping a patient understand how they need to, or ideally you want to see them move and contract and feel certain things is really important. And getting that experience of working one-on-one with multiple people from different walks of life, from different experience levels, is really something that can help us learn a lot about how to communicate with individuals on their level versus on our level of what we know and what we learn. Number two is pretty close to that, and you see this a lot more in group fitness classes. For example, like I coach CrossFit currently, but coaching and cueing. Very, very often, we as a profession are very, very quick to jump into or like dig into our toolbox and kind of, okay, what test can I do? Can I assess this? Can I assess this? Can I look at this? Oh, this doesn't look just right. Okay, let's get on the table. Let's check this out. Let's look at this hip. Let's look at this knee. When what we teach in fitness athlete a lot is to coach first. Can I coach someone out of this movement pattern that might not be the most beneficial for them, that might not be the most optimal for their movement, right? They tend to have their chest falling forward rather than saying like, I wonder if there's something going on in the hip. Let me assess that to check what's going on. Or, oh, they're really struggling to get into that deep squat. Let me check their ankle range of motion right away. Can we coach? Can we cue? Can we use certain different words or phrases to try and get that individual to move in a way that we ideally want to see them move? And that's a really good thing to know, right? Because if you can just say something to somebody, if you can say like, hey, just go ahead and sit your butt straight down or drive your knees forward and out a little bit more, and you don't have to put your hands on them and move them around and make them do certain things, that is huge for trying to get some buy-in, because then what happens is you don't have to do a whole lot, right? They see that you're kind of into it. You understand what you want to see them do, and they do it, and they get better, and they move better, and they feel better, and things feel more comfortable. And all it took was for some words, and that also helped instill a little bit more confidence in that individual, because all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, I can get to that position. I can move the way you expect me or want me to move, or I should be moving, right? They can do it with just words versus you grabbing them and manually or cueing them physically. Not to say there isn't a place for those physical and tactile cues, but if you can use your words to coach someone into a better position or coach someone into a better movement, then I always want to try and emphasize and stress using those first before we go hands-on. We like break out all these things and try and like assess, okay, is their ankle stiff, is their hip stiff, is their knee stiff? Especially if you can just say a couple things and all of a sudden, boom, they're moving exactly how you want them to move. Another part of that is, along with coaching cueing, is the idea of scaling, progressing, and regressing. I also TA for Modern Management of the Older Adult, and one big thing on there we talk about is there's a continuum, right? Just because someone cannot squat with a barbell on their back does not mean that they can't squat with a kettlebell in front of their hands in a goblet squat, or holding a medicine ball or holding a milk jug or something like that on those lines. Just because they cannot squat full depth all the way down past parallel does not mean that they can't squat quarter depth, half depth to a box and continually lower and lower and lower, right? Coaching, training, group fitness, anything like that, you have to be very comfortable with the idea of, okay, I have Joanne on the corner over here, I have Maria over here, I have Mark, Tim, and then Tony. Every single one of them are in a different place. I need to be ready to say, okay, hey, Mark, your chest is diving forward. Let's lower that weight. Let's hold it in a goblet position here so your chest can be up a little bit more. And then Maria, I'm going to have you squat to this med ball that I'm going to stack on top of this here, because when you get to the bottom, you kind of get really wonky. So let's limit your range of motion, but let's still give you that really good stimulus that's going to help improve strength, hypertrophy, all the benefits that are going to come from you participating in this group fitness class, in this personal training session, whatever it may be. And then opposite way, like the reverse direction, is progressing somebody. What if someone is getting really good at a box squat and you have them doing a squat to an 18-inch box or a 20-inch box, whatever it may be, and you're giving them a 35 or 45-pound kettlebell, and you're like, you know what, Tim, your form is really good, your movement really well, you're getting stronger, your knee pain is going away, your ankles seem to be loosening up a little bit more. How about we take that box away? Can we take it away and just get you a little bit lower? It looks a little iffy. Let's drop it 16 inches, and let's go there and let's work on that with that same amount of weight for maybe a little bit, some fewer reps, just so you can get a little bit more comfortable with it, more confident with it, and then we take that box away and get you even lower. Hey, that kettlebell's looking pretty easy now. Let's get you with the barbell. Let's try and load you up a little bit more, or some double dumbbells where we can do 2 30-pound dumbbells, which is 60 pounds versus a 55-pound kettlebell, right? How can we progress individuals is something that I think we struggle a lot with in PT, especially when people start to get close to that end range plan of care, right? They start doing pretty well, so like, okay, we're done. Job is done. They're out of pain. They're strong enough, if that's a real thing. So how can we progress them even more? Can we bring in some single leg stuff? Can we add in some plyometric or some explosive movement when appropriate with individuals? How to progress, how to regress, and how to scale movements is really important. Same thing with overhead pressing and things like that. If I know that a barbell press is uncomfortable and it just doesn't feel right, can I give them a dumbbell where now they have more freedom in that range of motion in their shoulder? Can I do a landmine press where now they're pressing forward at a bit of an angle versus straight overhead, right? So there's different variations that you can bring in that I feel a lot of times come in when we are working with individuals through our experience as trainers, as coaches, working one-on-one with people. And again, that's all like little asterisks right there. It's going to depend on the individual, how much time they take, how much effort they put into improving themselves as fitness professionals too, right? So just like with PT, you can be a PT, do your monthly, yearly continuing education and kind of just throw the rest by the wayside, or you can kind of make it your craft and focus and study and learn and take every experience to kind of improve who you are as a physical therapist, as a trainer, as a coach. Next point I want to make here is I kind of spoke about it, kind of touched upon it when I was talking about using a 18-inch box, dropping to a 16-inch box, 55 pounds, right? Why are those numbers important? And if you're not already, you really should be, is again, like it's a Jeff Moore quote, you can't get good results from bad data. And I think that's the quote, but that's what I always say out loud. Good trainers, good coaches, you make sure that people are tracking. And as a personal trainer, you want to track what your clients are doing. So as a personal trainer, when I train now, especially clients that I see on a weekly or biweekly basis or every other or twice a week, anything like that. I know what weights we use. I know what movements we do. I know what reps we did. I know how many sets we did. I know the amount of reps, right? Everything I do is tracked because I want to see that they're getting better. In physical therapy, the same thing applies, right? If someone does a 5 times sit to stand in 21 seconds, and then 3 weeks later, after working with them, they're down to 14 seconds, you see an objective improvement in their balance and their strength, whatever you want, you're trying to measure with that 5 times sit to stand, right? But what about everything else we're doing? What about strength? What about their ability to pick laundry up off the ground? So if you're not tracking, if you're just giving random exercises, such as like a banded glute bridge, Alex Germano's favorite, just a glute bridge, and you're doing 3 sets of 15. Okay, good. Move on to the next one. Okay, what band did we use last time? Red. Cool. Let's go with green today, right? Can you track it in different ways? Can you add tempo? Can you say, okay, we're going to do a 15-pound dumbbell for 3 sets of 8. We're going to do a 30-second rest in between. I want you to do a tempo of 3 seconds up, a 1-second pause at the bottom, and just a controlled descent on the way down. Can you add more things that you control so that you know exactly what things are getting better, what things are getting stronger, and what variables that you are switching up each time to see that that individual is improving either in their strength, in their flexibility, in their mobility, in their confidence, right? Try and make sure that you are tracking data, because good data is going to give you better results. If you have nothing to go off of, how do you know someone is truly getting better outside of just a subjective report? Yep, I feel good, right? And again, what is good? But that's that. Okay, so get good data, because that's going to help you get better outcomes, because the individual is going to see objectively, yep, this is where I'm getting better, this is where I'm getting stronger. Awesome. Okay, the last part I want to talk about is kind of like a taboo thing, especially in PT for some reason, is the idea of selling and marketing. As a personal trainer, more often than not, you're an independent contractor. So maybe you work somewhere and they give you clients, and those clients you have to make into clients, right? You get like that free 30-minute session, and it's up to you to try and get that person to buy into what you're selling. Physical therapy is very similar to that. You have someone walk in from a doctor gives them a referral, and like, hey, you got low back pain. Oh, you want to go to a car? We'll try PT. Here's a script for some physical therapy. You have an individual come into your clinic. They come to see you for the evaluation, and it's up to you to sell them on you. On you as a PT, on you on the product of physical therapy. Like, this is what I can provide you. This is what and how it can help you. And on day one, I'm going to evaluate, I'm going to look at these things, I'm going to try and really get a good idea. I'm going to talk to you, your communication, I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to say, like, hey, I know what you're talking about. This is what I hear you saying. This is what I think we can do to progress you forward. This is how I want to do it. I think it's going to take this long or this many sessions based on what I know in my experience and what literature says and everything like that. And right there is that's selling. You are selling yourself. You are selling your craft, which is physical therapy. And you have to learn to do that a lot with personal training. And I'm not talking like cheesy salesman, like car salesman, like that. Selling is very, it's in our nature. We want to be persuasive. We want to convince people to trust us and believe in us. And To Sell Is Human by Daniel Pink. That's a book that I've read before that was kind of interesting to think about, because everything we do is kind of selling. We're trying to persuade people to date us. We're trying to convince people to marry us. We're always trying to sell something. Kind of different there, but that's the point right there, right? So selling, marketing, you're trying to like get people out there. And in today's world where everything is very social media driven, and if you can have a presence on the social media world where you're putting out posts of showing what you do, what you know, everything like that, and someone's like, oh, where's this guy work? Oh, he works for a local outpatient clinic. I'm gonna go see him. Maybe my doctor can get me a script there. Or if you work in an out of a direct access state, right there, it's something else where like, oh, like you can say like, come see me here, and then someone can just reach out to you via social media and kind of jump in there, right? You're selling yourself in a way, in the same way that you see hundreds of fitness professionals online jump on and post things, trying to get people to buy their products and that. So you are the product. Physical therapy is the product. You're trying to sell those things as well. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Right around 15 minutes here, about 14 and a half minutes. So we're going to stop there. Again, I didn't say it earlier, but sorry, it's an hour earlier than usual. I'm in the clinic with a patient right at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Yeah, Central. I don't know why I can't remember that. So I'm with a patient, so I cannot be online right away. But we want to do these live. We want to be present. I want to be able to be here. If someone jumps on, wants to say hi, I want to wave to them. But hopefully, guys, you got something out of that. Okay, if you're not a fitness pro, if you're not into that kind of realm or anything like that, it's okay, right? Like I know people who are Pilates instructors, yoga instructors, anything like that. It is beneficial, right? You're talking to people, you're in front of people, you're teaching, you're watching, you're cueing, you're coaching, you're regressing, you're progressing. You're doing all the things that kind of can benefit you as a physical therapist. So those are just, I'm not saying you have to be a fitness pro to be a PT, but I do think it is a huge benefit to be a fitness professional when you want to jump into the physical therapy or the health professional world, not only for movement, but nutrition and nutrition sciences and everything like that too. But I'm not going to jump into that today. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful Monday. Have a really good week, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.